Why do coin dealers melt pre-33 gold and 90% constitutional silver? I mean, we know they melt metals. We know they'll melt the gold eagles, melt just regular gold, period, scrap and all that. But they also melt coins that we used to spend that have precious metals in them. Well, we're going to talk about that in this video. Now, before we get started, it is legal to melt our gold and silver coins we used to spend. We can melt any coin, do anything to a coin, except a cent and a nickel. That's the only two that we can't melt. And you also can't alter it to make it a certain denomination, try to pass it off as that denomination. That's where it falls under being illegal. But everything else, pretty much, you can carve them, you can make hobo nickels, or you can go melt them, and you're completely legal. But anyways, first things first, my name is Daniel, and you're watching CoinHelpu. And I appreciate everybody watching my video here, and it's going to be interesting, I think, for some of you. Some of you already know the answers to this. But anyway, here's my website, portsmouthcoinshop.com. As you can see, silver is at $52.35, and gold is at $41.68, and platinum is at $15.61. Well, anyway, this is our website. You come over here and check out what we have to offer. We have a lot of coins for sale, a lot of bullion, graded coins, ungraded coins, books, and you name it, and we have it over there. And then over here is our help community. This is how you post. We got little guidelines. We have a video you can watch, and you can click here to agree to our guidelines and ask a question. We have that link up here as well. All kinds of ways to show you how to do this. Just come over here to coinauctionshelp.com. The link's in the description and the pinned comment of every video. All you have to do is scroll down under the video and check out the description. So when coin dealers are buying, some coin dealers are buying $100,000 in gold, $500,000 in gold, up to $1 million. Also, the same thing for silver in bags. We're talking about $1,000 bags that's going to cost you $30,000 to $36,000 a piece. So we're not talking about a few rolls here or there that they're taking. They are buying a massive amount. We just bought $177,000. Well, really, in $200,000 in gold. It's a whole collection. It had some peace dollars and things in it too, just the other day. And when you buy that amount, you have to preserve your liquidity, especially being a small coin shop. Some shops, that's nothing. Some shops can do, and some refineries can do millions a day. It's nothing. But we're not in that boat. But I do know that there are the dealerships that are and businesses that are. So if you are buying like that, you have to preserve it. So you want to be able to continue to buy, continue to make your 0.5%, your 2%, 5, 10, whatever percentage you're making, because it's not a high percentage mark on gold or silver. So you're watching the market. You don't want it to drop on you if you've just purchased $500,000 or $100,000 or $200,000 in gold. You prefer it to go up, but you got to be careful. So you want to make sure. I know some people are hedging. Hedging gets hairy too because of the fact that it can drop $200 on you. So what you do is you know what your customer base is. You know how much flow is going out to customers. And then you've got maybe some damaged coins and things like that. You just take the jewelry and the scrap and the what you're not selling quickly and run it to the refinery. So it's a complete revolving thing here. It's not like they buy a bag of silver or a few gold coins and are like, I'm just going to melt them, heck with it. It's not like that. It is a continuous thing that's going on, especially with record-breaking gold and silver values that we've seen over the last month and a half, 2 months. And gold has been breaking records before that, but silver, I mean, it went to 55, and now it's staying around 50, and it's back up to 52. So, like I just showed you, so it's very important to maintain that. And sometimes, if it does go up after you buy, before you sell it all, you're looking at it and thinking, well, I could make more on an ounce than I can selling it online. Then I don't have to ship it, have someone pack it, pay someone to pack it. I don't have to deal with anything that might happen with customers, like maybe a bounce check or a chargeback, because we're not talking about just a few thousand here. We're talking about sometimes hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions. So if you take it to a refinery, the check is quick, it's fast, and it's done. And it's almost instant. You don't have to worry about waiting for it to sell. You don't have to worry about any of the things that might go with dealing with some customers. Most customers are great. We don't hardly have any trouble whatsoever, but every once in a while you'll get that chargeback that for some reason 3 months ago the person got their coins, but then they decided to do the chargeback now. Then they ghost you. They'll first say, "Oh no, you'll get your money." It happened to me like 3 times last year. We're talking thousands of dollars. That is hurtful. That's harmful to a business. So you have to think of those things. So in a nutshell, that's basically why a dealer would want to, sell stuff that typically you'd want to collect, because a lot of it is going to be cleaned and a lot of it's going to have some damage to it anyways, because when you're buying that amount, everything's coming out of the woodwork. If a dealer buys a bunch of gold, they'll cherry pick the best of the best. Sometimes they'll submit it for grading if it's worth it. They'll pick the key dates out. They're not just taking all the gold that they buy to the refinery. Same thing with 90%. Most 90%'s got a bunch of slicks in it, a bunch of clean coins in it, and it's just better off just to move it, and get it out of the way. And I'm going to show you that. I've got a video coming up of that gold that I purchased at 333, and a lot of it's got issues. I'm going to try to sell it online for as close to spot as I can. I said I got credit card fees to deal with. That's 3%. A lot of times you're not making that much on gold. You might make 5 or 10% if you're lucky. That's a huge chunk of change. And then also you got insurance. We don't charge people extra for insurance. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that's pretty much why, just to preserve their liquidity, also to make a little extra profit if the market goes up, and to keep from having to deal with any pitfalls of shipping it and selling it to customers. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.